everyone, it's Dr. Hinson here from Abbey Research, and this month for St. Patrick's Day, Dr. Donnelly and I have decided to highlight women researchers in Ireland. As you may be aware, both Dr. Donnelly and I did our fieldwork and our PhD research in Northern Ireland, and so in honor of the patron saint of Ireland for St. Patrick's Day in March this year, we're speaking to women researchers who have worked on the island as well. So today we have Dr. Thérèse Cullen, and I'm going to talk to her a little bit about her research on the island. All right, Dr. Cullen, thank you very much for agreeing to speak with us. If you would just introduce yourself, where you're from, and a bit about your PhD research that you did here.
So my name is Dr. Thérèse Cullen. I'm originally from Dublin, having lived in Kerry and Galway as well. So I did my PhD in early Irish history. I looked at St. Patrick and the impact, and really, I suppose, St. Patrick's connection to Downpatrick and Saul, and how he's memorialised and memorised and celebrated there in County Down.
Okay, great. And have you continued to work in that field of research? Talk about the kind of work that you're doing post-PhD life.
Yeah, so yes, I've started my own tour company. It's called Irish Monastic Tours, which takes people around some of the historic and religious sites around Ireland, Scotland, and the continent, following in the footsteps of early Irish saints. So it looks at the history and archaeology of the site, and bringing people around, and of course having a bit of crack along the way. I've also developed Belfast Coffee Tours, which is a historical walking tour of Belfast and taking in great coffee shops, specialty coffee, and I'm soon to develop Dublin Coffee Tours, which is the same. It's a historical walk in Dublin and taking in some of Dublin's specialty coffee shops.
Great. So I would be remiss, having an expert on St. Patrick, to not ask you, what is the most common misconception about St. Patrick that people in America seem to have?
I think there's probably several. First is that he drove the snakes out of Ireland. That's a myth. There were no snakes in Ireland. That comes from a 12th century hagiography. A hagiography is really a story or biography of a saint. It's done in more of a mythological perspective, writing the life of the saint rather than interested in the main historic facts. So it actually comes from a 12th century manuscript. Jocelyn of Furness wrote probably from Inch Abbey in County Down, and he was writing it as a kind of a metaphor really for driving out something else, which primarily probably was paganism. That's one. The other myth is probably that of the shamrock. Shamrock is a prehistoric symbol that was used by the early Irish people as a kind of, and Americanized as a symbol of luck. And it was used to celebrate St. Patrick's Day only since the 19th century, late 18th, early 19th century, when the Knights of the Order of St. Patrick used it when they became a benevolent society, and also then the early, I suppose, when Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, and the Union, the unified England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales were brought together, the three countries, Ireland, the shamrock. And it was also used by the McCracken and others in the 1798 rebellion as a symbol for the United Irishmen.
All right, well, you have it here first, folks. We've got some clarifications on some St. Patrick's Day issues to start our monthly look into women researchers in Ireland. Thanks very much, Dr. Thérèse Cullen.
Thank you.